My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of The Beach. And an old friend of mine lent me this movie a few years back, and I remember just hating it. I thought this was such a boring movie. So when I was about to rewatch it, I had very low expectations, but you know what? I actually liked this movie much more on rewatch. Yeah, like I wasn't expecting that at all. So let's begin talking about the cast. And Leonardo DiCaprio gives a very good performance here. It's not one of his best, but he still carries this movie incredibly well. So much of the movie is narrated by him, and he nails that aspect. And he brings enough personality and charisma to this character. You've also got Tilda Swinton, who I think does everything she needs to perfectly. Once again, not one of her best performances, but good enough for this movie. Virginie Ladorn, I thought did a good job. Guillermo Kenneth, I thought did good. And Robert Carlyle, not one of his best performances, but he does a perfectly fine job for the short time he's in this movie. So the cast isn't amazing or anything, but they do what they need to. My favorite part is actually the scenery. Like, this movie is just breathtaking. It's just filled with some of the most beautiful vistas you'll ever see, and Darius Kondaji captures it so perfectly. Like, just visually, this movie stands out big time. I want to go to this island. I want to go to that beach. It's just looks like perfection. I also like some of the soundtrack choices. They can be odd, but I think that actually adds to the movie. It's well directed by Danny Boyle, and there's one scene where the movie turns into a video game for like 30 seconds, and it's just a batshit directing decision that I could not love more. Like, it is just perfect. It is hilarious and campy and just wonderful. Like, I love that moment so much. But I also think you've got yourself a real strong script here. Even though you can disagree with him, you still understand every decision Richard makes in this movie, and there's a level of complexity behind everything. I also like how we see him change as a character, but his past mistakes catch up to him, and he just keeps digging himself into a bigger and bigger hole. That entire element is really well done, and the movie does have big ideas to explore about how we need paradise and we need to protect it and preserve it, but to what extent and how far should we go? And there's also an element about selfishness and human corruption and the need for community. Like, there was a lot of different layers to this movie, and I love everything it's exploring. It's very thematically rich, and I get a lot from my viewing experience. That said, I also think this movie is too long. Definitely in the last act. I feel like you could have trimmed this movie down to like 90 to 100 minutes, and it would have been a much better movie as a whole. The pacing is the biggest issue, but I still really like this movie. It's well acted, it looks beautiful, the character work is strong, and there's just so much substance to everything going on. It it's just a movie I wasn't expecting to enjoy as much as I did on this rewatch. So I'll give The Beach a 7 out of 10. Okay, but have you seen The Beach? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin out.